bot Mercy, uwu.
Alright, let's make this game fast.
5, 4, 3, 2.
What up, what up?
Oh no, wait, we got this. Just kidding. I'm a big fat liar.
Objective A.
Carol Tracer right. Get Tracer. Reloading. Reloading.
I want crack.
Briggs anti. Both healers are anti. Briggs one, inside right. Nice kill.
Get the mercy.
There is no bubble.
You want?
Reloading. Oh shit. That was a huge fire strike actually. That's okay, don't waste ults.
We'll have 4 going back in.
Team kill.
Like Kenji needed to die. Touch his feet.
Yeah, she wasted that on me.
Ball spawn. They don't have grab. Yeah.
They're gonna have shatter. Nice block. Sleeping. Go, push. Kill them. That's a little much, but okay. Briggs one.
About that.
Sorry, sleeping. Can you pin?
We got 10. Point.
Hang on, I'm reloading. Just keep swinging, man. We'll get them all.
I got it, Genji. Go ahead.
Nice kill. Reaper's high ground. He's up there. Whoa, run behind.
That Bastion.
Nice. Keep going. I'll push cart.
I want to leave it.
We got both TPS and cart.
Reaper one. Out.
Genji low. You have no healers.
Only card healing. And the Genji.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Genji has ult. They're in a Nanoblade.
My ultimate is charging.
Move payload.
Going to be okay.
Reaper's right side. Anti. Genji's in our back line. Still winnable, just DPS.
I'm not ready to hang it up.
Genji's up top.
Keep pushing cart.
Coming up top. Thanks for
Reaper's sleeping
back.
up top. Nice kill, Genji.
Ryan one.
Reloading. Ryan sleeping.
Come on, River.
He's antied. I got the Genji on me.
Guess we gotta get that.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Ugh. Careful of the wall. Yeah, May, no more Reaper.
60 seconds remaining.
I have to build Nano like this fight.
I've seen it. You're going to.
Use this early. May up top, May up top. Get May.
I know.
Ryan sleeping.
You're powered up. Get in there.
On your Ana. I'm running away from him. I need help. Thank you.
Do not have time to waste. Attack now.
The payload has
I'm tired.
Junk.
Sorry.
Nice. Postmortem.
I had my shield.
No May, only junk.
You're going to be okay.
They're gonna have Blade again.
60 seconds remaining.
Just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Zarya behind you.
You're covered. Walk it off.
Reloading.
Take your medicine.
30 seconds remaining.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Genji behind. On your Ana.
Lean with it.
Nice kill. Moira by herself, left side.
Stay on point.
Standpoint.
Right, dude.
I have no sleep.
Literally got booped around by fucking 15 seconds.
It's actually kind of winnable. You gotta kill that Moira though.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways.
Just stay main for heals. Oh, nice try.
Complete.
Couldn't sleep him.
Score.
You sleep early. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you.
1.
Also, I'm a god.
Attackers incoming.
Also, I have
Defend
bear
objective
fists.
A.
I have
Be
bear
watching your
fists?
back, but be careful out there.
Genji in. Nice kill, nice rock. They're antied. Both tanks are antied. Huge Genji.
Just a scratch. You'll be fine. Much obliged.
Activating the barrier. Much obliged.
أنا هاخد بالي منك.
on the bad
My
guys.
ultimate is charging. Barrier active. Barrier is unstable. Thank you, my friend.
Power of destruction.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
Genji in again. Ryan in.
I'm under attack.
Go. I'll keep you near.
Cast this force.
Observe the barrier. Safe. My ultimate is ready.
Here, climb up on the left side and then you can go.
You're powered down. Get in there.
Thank you, Genji.
Hi.
Oh no. Avenge him. You guys are pushed up. Just with Mara, just to let you know. Ash isn't in chat, so. You're doing good. Might actually full hold this. They're Ryan's anti, I think. Either that or they're. Ryan's in our back line. I got rocked. It's okay, we lose up.
60 seconds remaining.
I've come back from work.
They did they just use blade?
Yeah.
Well, then they have everything else pretty much.
You're going to
Stop the payload.
Help your Kree, help your Kree. Sorry, antied.
Oh, let's join the team now. Let's get out of here. God damn it.
I've sighted the enemy.
Just back up and regroup, back up and regroup. We don't need to fight this.
rendezvous at my position.
Antied, antied, antied. Heal you, Ryan, heal you, Ryan. Huge! Shit, Ryan, you're massive.
Old soldiers are hard to kill.
I need healing. Safe. My ultimate's ready.
Fuck this stupid ass thing.
I need a doctor.
ناخد بالنا.
Nice. Genji's.
My ultimate is ready. Lazy bums. Dead eyes ready.
Scratch, you'll be fine.
Barrier is destroyed from afar.
Get back in.
He's sleeping, he's sleeping.
What? Oh, Bastion.
I slapped him. We might need more
60
shield break.
seconds remaining.
التكرار يعلم الشطار.
Shield break. Time to go hog. Straight up, hog and shield break. That's fine, we go back, we go back.
Kidding.
you can build up blade fast, I'll save Nano for you. Sorry, Xantide. Nice kill. Loading. Stay main, stay main.
Mine's inside. Somehow it's still alive. Why aren't you? Oh, God.
On your Ana. Sorry, Genji. We have Nanoblade, just stay on cart. Shoot. Genji first, Genji first.
Good behind.
Genji's just sitting on cart.
في الامتحان
Nice
يقام
job.
المرء أو يهان.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
Yeah, we can do that for next fight.
30 seconds remaining.
Well, just stay here. And they have a lever. We should win this.
Here, come right with me, Genji.
They only have
Sorry,
Bastion as
Nano.
DPS.
Just wait for them.
They lost their
This
Genji.
yes. Alright, you ready? Go now. Anti, both tanks. Sorry, sleeping too. Nice job, Genji.
Dude.
GG's. Hey. Oh, that was our fourth one. We can see what we got while we wait. Let's see it. What do we got for placements? 5 wins, actually. I think it's 5 wins. Hell yeah, 5 wins. $28.52. Weirdly enough, I was 3,100 before the... Oh, wait a second. Hang on. Is the game trolling me right now? Wait a second. Season 22. Oh no, I was 29.31. How did I go down? I had 5 wins. Excuse you. 29.31. I don't know. I thought I ended diamond. 5 wins and I get 28.52. What? Basically, for this game, I'm not on me. For this game, you have some people not in chat. Oh well. You have to prioritize the people who are in chat, because at least you can make some sort of plan with the people that you do have in chat. We didn't have our Sigma or our Soldier, who currently Soldier. I think he was Ash a couple of times, not in chat. So you make do with what you have, right? So at this point right now, my main purpose is to keep up with my Genji or get ahead of my Genji on our ultimates. I want to be healing up mainly my Rhine. My Hog can heal himself. I have to watch out for, more importantly, their Genji and their Tracer, because both of them are going to try and dive me no matter what. So putting resources into those dives is going to save my life. So things like sleep and anti is... So the Tracer gets a full clip on me, gets me to about 95 health. I nade myself to hopefully nade her, and I don't really need to put a sleep dart into this. I can if I want to, but she's trying to subvert my attention. I have a Brig, and the Brig can only give healing through Inspire, and right now she's on 2 health packs. If she doesn't have any health packs, then my best bet is my nade, since it's the shorter of the cooldowns, and also I have the chance of anti-ing her as well. If I didn't nade myself, she would have killed me right there. And then I commit to the sleep when she recalls. If you can... Oh boy, we're getting a little hot. If you can, try to count the number of blinks. It's the recall happens 3 seconds before. So she recalls, and then 3 seconds before she recalled, that's where she ends up. So if you can count her blinks, or you know, hold on to how many seconds it was and like track that time. That's a little bit harder, but I usually count the blinks. When she blinks, right, it's usually when she started her first blink, that's where you want to go. If she commits all 3 blinks and then recalls almost immediately, that's where she's gonna end up.
I will keep you here.
Yeah, so right now, we're staying main. I have to keep both my Rhine and my Brig up. My Brig has to keep getting her Inspire. I commit a nade here just to heal him up faster. Our Hog gets a pick on right side, but he's by himself and he gets picked off by the Genji. We're still even. And arguably, those are pretty weighted picks on both sides. We technically don't have another DPS, and they don't have a DPS, but they still have the Rhine Zarya. DPS because Hog's not a tank, he's a DPS. So in this case, I need to help my Rhine stay up since he doesn't have his off tank to help him out with the shield break. His shield is already low, so my priority right now is just trying to keep my Rhine alive. And then anybody else that's low, I try to heal. I commit a nade to this because he's low. Pretty much just that constant shot, nade shot. It's good for healing him up quick. And they don't push into him when he breaks his shield. So this is kind of their downfall, is that they don't push into us here. We're kind of caught in a rough spot, but they're scared of the Brig and they're scared of the Rhine swinging at the same time. They could have committed to this and killed us, honestly, as soon as his shield broke. But they just kept focusing the wrong person. They focused the Rhine instead of the Brig. You focus the Rhine, he still has 500 HP. I have plenty of time to just pump so much heals into him. So I nano the Brig here. I meant to nano the Genji just so we could get Blade faster, but you know, it's one of those things. Nanoing Brig is actually completely fine because she's Brig and she'll never die. And also, this could help her get rally a lot faster. You can see her rally's gonna skyrocket if she keeps swinging. She went from like 50 to 75 throughout that entire endeavor. Always call out who you anti to. If you call out who you anti, then your teammates can actually you know, roll on top of that, right? My Genji, every time I said somebody was antied, he would go and literally dash into them and kill them, easy peasy. I've never seen like such a quick reaction to it as well. Like, see right there, as soon as I say Briggs antied, Briggs won. Genji goes in, she can't use Inspire. All she can do is use her abilities to try and help her escape. She's anti, she can't heal whatsoever. Genji committing to that is what you want.
Just a scratch, you'll be fine.
So this was kind of dumb on my part. So I'm sitting here trying to force this Zarya to die. I try to anti her. The Genji's still behind. Hog looks behind. I'm not paying attention, but I get 2 fire strikes to the face. The first is deflected, and then the second is just his regular fire strike. But I'm sitting here trying to heal my Rhino because 3 people are in here. So in this case, honestly, you could just stay point, or you could try to rotate up to stairs, considering they went right and they went in middle. You could try either rotating here or rotating back here. I wasn't where I was supposed to be. You can even jump onto this right here and just heal from right here. It's completely fine. You just need to stay out of any sort of line of sight. Your Rhine is by himself. That's his issue, you know? You really gotta either tell your Rhine, hey, you need to get the F out of there because we're gonna lose this fight, and that's what ends up happening. They grab and they blade. That's the fight. All because of that fire strike. Honestly, I probably could have built Nano a little bit further if I wasn't in the incorrect position. But I was getting greedy on the kills. So I waste a sleep here, and the purpose of this sleep is to catch the Zarya out from her position, because she's super pushed up here, but the only reason she's pushed up is to get charge. I need to recognize this, and honestly, since I don't recognize it, she uses bubble to block the sleep, and then the Tracer has a perfect time just to triple blink and try to hit me. And she does indeed fail, so I try to take her with me with at least a nade, but she misses. So this is her fault. If it was a higher ranked game, I would have been dead. So really got to save those sleeps. The bait was there, and it worked, but their tracer just missed.
Watching your back.
But imagine in higher rank games, that's not going to happen. Yeah, so I have to... They don't have... I knew that they didn't have 3 ults. I wasn't sure about anything else. But I knew we could be somewhat aggressive, considering they didn't have like huge ultimates to commit to this fight. They pretty much only had Shatter. I think I said this as soon as we walked around the corner, and he just held up his shield. Calling out stuff like that, even if nobody else is in chat, you really want to call what you know and what you don't know, right? And maybe somebody else can tell you if you don't know. So you know that they use bomb on you, or pulse bomb. You know that they use grab, and you know that they use blade. If you don't know anything else, assume that they have it. Okay? I didn't see Ryan shatter. Ryan's been killing it with fire strikes, and he hasn't shattered once this game. So I know he probably has shatter. So as soon as I say it, I probably say it right about here, because he gets stunned. That would have been a perfect time to shatter, by the way. I'm trying to keep him up here. He holds his shield, right? He holds his shield, realizes it's broken. Hey, he still has shatter. Okay, I need to save my shield, and then we can commit to this push. That call alone made him block the shatter, surprisingly. I thought I got shatter, but he blocked it very well. And then when he charges, you can do the sleep anti, or just anti him when he pins. Otherwise, usually a bubble helps. I try to go for a nade here. This was just him trying to kill everyone. He doesn't push forward, which is strange to me, because I'm pocketing him, and he has the brig behind us, and we have armor. So him not pushing here was a bit weird. I asked him to pin, but he kind of waits a little bit too long before he can pin. He pins in. He goes a little bit too far. I nade way too early here. You never should use nade this early. I tried to use it for boosted heals, but it was just way too early. Maybe I was trying to go for an anti. I don't really understand this play myself, even though I'm the one who made it. I think I might have been trying to go for an anti, but he just goes way too far into him. So he's low. The purpose of this Nano is to save his life and possibly get a kill off of this. There's 4 people in here, so the purpose of me nanoing him was so he could at least get a kill. He doesn't end up getting a kill, and both healers are caught out of position because they're not even with their team. So I try to go for the anti, and Ryan just keeps fighting. Okay. So we continue this. Try to go for the sleep. He gets the kill.
I have your back.
We go straight for the Reaper because he tries to engage, and then Ryan kind of catches us out of nowhere. So Ryan, this is kind of where it turns into deathmatch for a bit. So trying to kill them is great, but you still need to worry about point. We kind of did a deathmatch for a little bit, so I'm going to skip this because there's nothing really to talk about.
Get in there.
I did this to... Shoot, did I just miss this blade, actually? So at this point, we want to commit ults. He's close to blade, and I'm semi-close to Nano. We're very split here, and I think this is what hurts us, because we're so indecisive on where we want to go. Hog's right. Brig tries to help out Hog. Ryan was just right. He's going back left. Genji was just right. He's going back left. And then they grab just Ryan. See, they made a huge error here. When you do grab, when you do see a grab and you're not in the grab, you're supposed to be staying behind it, right? You're supposed to be able to heal who's ever in it. What I do is I wait for them to push, and when they push, I can heal anti and heal my own Ryan and heal again. If I need to nano him, I can. They nano their Ryan, or no, sorry, they nano their Genji. I think I go to nano the Genji, but the sensitivity, obviously. He comes at me. I sleep nothing, but he just had 1 dash to go, and then he would kill me because I was only at 100 health because I think our Brig was playing up top. So, you know, full health, the best you can do is just try to get the anti off.
I'm not
So
ready to hang it up.
we know they committed a lot of ults, and we committed a lot of ults. So you really have to pay attention to what was used. They use grab, they use nano, they use blade, they use nano. They did use Nanoblade. They have shatter and they have coalescence. I sleep. Okay, this is another thing. You have to call out who you sleep. Your Genji, my Genji this game was great. He did everything. Pretty much anything that I did, he followed up on. You want this Genji to do this multiple times. Because all I did was say he's slept up top. Genji went up and killed him. Easy. Alright, I want to get a nade off here. But it's a little late because our Rhine is... Wait, where the hell's my... Oh. Our Rhine is just coming in. So it's pretty much a free shatter. I try to rotate out of the line of sight of the coalescence because I don't want to get killed by it. I don't realize that she is killed though, or else I would have pushed up a lot quicker because this is what gets my Rhine killed, is him charging in by himself. I at least sleep and I try to go for the anti here. I end up antiing 2 people here, both there. Or no, she ends up antiing 2 people, and I anti their Rhine. So it's really a lose-lose situation right now. So I try to worry about the people who I can heal. I go back to the person that was just antied, and you know, I'm just trying to hide myself, honestly. I'm trying to hide myself from pretty much any sort of danger, because the Genji, if the Genji engages me and I can't receive any help, then we lose, right?
60 seconds remaining.
So I want to watch out for this Genji because I'm pretty sure he has Blade. So I'm like, oh shoot, we get the Mei. I try to commit an anti to this just so she can't go back to her team and heal. I do it a little bit too late and Rhine gets nanoed. I try to wait because I don't want to nano my Rhine just yet because I'm pretty sure I can out heal him. I nano the Genji and then we go up for the Blade. Yeah, so at this point I kind of just ignore him because I'm trying to heal my team. If you don't have sleep, that's the best you can do, is literally just ignore him. If he's nanoed and he has ult, just try to do as much heals as humanly possible, because you can't exactly kill him because he has the Blade. He ends up missing me, I think, actually. Oh wait, that's our Genji. Whoops. Yeah, so they nano Rhine. He has Blade. He sees me. He then goes out. Okay, so it's just his target prioritization was really off. He tried to go for me, and then he ends up going for the soldier instead because he's ulting. But ultimately, he just ends up losing to the soldier. This is just dumb, them pushing up this far. Yeah, so as you can see, pretty much every fight we've had Nanoblade. If you can get a ton of heals off early, this is going to help you help your Genji. Even if you can get 2 nanos and your Genji can get only 1 blade, that's fine. Nano somebody else. You don't always have to do Nanoblade. You can nano somebody else. Like I never nanoed Genji every single time. I nanoed Rhine a couple times. I had to nano Rhine, or maybe you could nano the Hog, honestly. If you do it to save a life, or if you can't do Nanoblade, then don't worry about it. You know, Genji shouldn't have to rely on a nano to get kills with a blade. A blade is perfectly capable of getting kills without a nano. Yes, it's better, but it's still like an ultimate, right? It's meant to kill people. You don't need something else in order to get those kills. It depends on the Genji, right? So I go for these selfish nades because my brig is so pushed up. When you have a brig, it's a Plat brig. You know, I'm not gonna throw it onto her that hey, I need healing. She's paying attention to the front line. If she's, you know, doing what she's doing up in the front line, you can commit a nade to yourself, but just be aware of what you don't have when people are low. So I'm reloading. I try to get my Genji first because he can't self-heal. I don't really worry about my Hog because he can self-heal. So I realize that I'm pushing up a little bit too far, so I try to make this rotation here. So at this point, I shoot and I immediately nade. It hits both of them, lucky for me, and they're only focusing this Rhine. So you pretty much want to put, you can honestly nano somebody here, somebody like a Squishy, like Brig or even a Genji who's down and they're solely focusing that one person. But if it's multiple people who are shattered, you kind of just have to save your Nano for something else. Genji's low. I give him the Nano. I drop below, so I kind of just leave it. Genji's behind. My Brig comes to save me. That's why I push up though, is because Genji, I can see the Genji and he's trying to come towards me. So I come towards him. So if he dashes into me, he either has to dash down or through me. If he dashes through me, he can't get a 360 triple shuriken melee kill, right? He has to commit a lot more, and the Brig's gonna come up and help me with her Inspire. But this is what allows the grab to go through. So pretty much all you want to do is wait till everybody's lower, especially yourself, and nade in the middle of it, so then at least you have heals for everybody who's inside of it. We still have rally, so it's not like it was going to kill us, but if there was a lot of input or damage input that was coming into the grab, the extra healing with the nade would help a lot. And see, my Genji got I believe 2 kill. Oh, he did get it with the Nano. I forgot. I think he built it up though. I'm not sure if he did it right away. Yeah, Tyre, you kind of just want to back away. You want at least one of your tanks on the front line to either take the kill, take the hit, and make sure it stays into overtime. You don't want everybody to back off. Everybody's afraid to die, but you really need a tank up there. You don't want to risk a healer dying. And then I waste my sleep early. But I'm pushed up way too far. If I was pushed back a lot more, he wouldn't have been able to dive me like that. You pretty much have to, like I said when they were playing dive, you pretty much have to make yourself undiveable on that Eichenwald game. I should be way back here, honestly. If I'm back here, then he can't dive me unless he goes up there, and even then, he would have to go either there or here. If he does do that, I'm by myself, but at least the rest of my team, you know, isn't going to be chain reaction killed by the Genji. He doesn't have a chance to reset his dash and use the rest of his blade, really. He has to kill me and then go all the way back, which is too far for him to simply dash through.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways.
Yeah, so this is a much better position as sitting here. So while I'm healing my teammates here, we don't get it all the way, but that's only because I pretty much threw by wasting my sleep so early. But that's okay, you know, if you make mistakes like that, that's completely fine. You just gotta review it and make sure you know what you did wrong. So my position was completely off right there. Basically, if I was sitting here, it would have been completely fine. Even if I was sitting maybe more towards this mega, it would have been okay, you know, peeking out from the stairs. But even then, though, you really have to be aware of the dash distance, like dive distance. You have to, like I said, making yourself undiveable is not a joke. Like, you have to know how far these abilities go and what they have to do to commit to you. Because if they use all these abilities and commit to killing you, you have to stay out of range of those abilities so they can't dive you. That's the whole purpose of that.
Soon you'll see if hypotheses are correct.
Alright, I'm going to try to wrap it up here, but we're going to see one more Nanoblade that I wanted to see real quick. Yeah, so this is actually a really good position. You want to stay in this position. Both of our tanks are up top, but you don't want your tanks pushing past choke. If you can, make sure your tanks go behind this car right here, or at least on the right side of it, because if they go past this, and they're pretty much overcommitting right now. This is the choke point. Ryan's in a pretty good position, so isn't the Sigma, and the Genji, Moira, and the Ashe are in positions to fight on this line of sight, right? Everybody's got their own lines of sight to work with. So why I choose this position is because it's so out of the way, you can see literally everybody from this position. If I have to, all I have to do is move around this pillar or up onto here, you know? I can see everyone and I can heal everyone. That's the purpose of this. If they do decide to make a really quick push, you can drop down and drop into here, or if they're trying to push fully from that doorway in front, right, you can push into these stairs right here and heal everybody from on cart. You have to stay more indoors for like people like Genji who are constantly trying to dive you. So that's why I'm here. so this was a really, really good ante. I see that Ryan goes for a pin, and then I know that if a Ryan uses pin and messes it up, the other Ryan's going to try to immediately follow up with it. So I know that the Zarya is not going to bubble because he's by himself, and I know that the Ryan's going to try to charge because the Ryan's by himself. So what I try to do is not only do I try to possibly get a heal on the Ryan, but more importantly, I'm trying to get an ante onto both tanks. And this allows my Genji to go in by himself and get both kills on the tanks, I'm pretty sure. Or at least get one kill on the tank. One kill on the tank is great. Everybody else is out of position because both the tanks are pushing up so quickly. They are both antied, but it doesn't matter. Both their healers are completely useless in this fight. And that's what causes them to fall apart so quickly.
Much obliged.
Activating the barrier. Much obliged. My ultimate is charging.
So this is kind of something that I was trying to do every now and again. I'm trying to just get a nade over the top and possibly like anti behind them. That one was a little bit too far, but all I'm trying to do is trying to get a nade to fall here. Even if you could get a nade to fall main while they push, that would be enough. You can try to splash it off of one of these sides, which would be nice. But obviously I'm trying to angle it because I'm not directly underneath them. So if you could stay here and I look directly up, because if I look directly up, I know it's going to be directly above me. You can kind of guess. So I'd say probably right about there or maybe a little bit further up because this is right above me. So probably there is probably like 10 or 20 feet in front of me, maybe 30, right? I throw that nade up. It's probably going to land somewhere around here. So really try to work on those sky nades, honestly. This is the one thing that I like doing, and I think it's really cool to figure out because there's a lot of secret nades that you can do in spots where you look at something to line up where the nade is going to be. You can just do that from looking in the sky. I've tried just looking straight up and kind of guesstimating where it has been, and with tons and tons of practice, you can honestly get a really, really good feel for where that nade is going to end up because of how many times you've done it. I've done it so many times where I can get a pretty good estimate of where it's going to be. I was trying to go before they went to choke, but really I should have been waiting till they either met my tanks up here or they went through main, because if they went through main and I just skyrocketed a nade early and everybody's still up there, you know, it's going to take 5 seconds for it to fall, approximately. And it's going to give my Genji a perfect opportunity to do what he's been doing. Anytime somebody's antied, he dives them immediately. So I'm waiting for, in this case, you want to sleep him so the person who is pinned isn't going to die. If it's your Ryan and he's not, you know, he's not being jeopardized for being killed. He's at 500 health and like 300 health isn't gonna kill him. You can even nano the person, try to put a heal into them as well, because you could get the pin off and still probably save someone. Squishies, I don't think it'll save them from the pin because it's 50% reduced damage, not 100. So it would do, or maybe it's, I think it's 50, right? So like a pin and a swing are probably not that good for squishies. I don't know if that's a thing, actually. I might have to try that. Getting pinned and then nanoing somebody. I'll have to test that out and I'll let you guys know. But I'll probably put it above. But I'm waiting for the bubble to go away, and I'm also waiting for a chance to sleep him so he stops the pin. Then I can ante him afterwards. So he starts swinging, and all he can do is swing because he gets a pick. But we get a pick on him because we collapse on him, and I can ante him when he doesn't pull the shield. If he starts swinging, that's his issue. And he has to swing against the other Ryan or else he's going to lose. So he's in a lose-lose situation, essentially. I put 2 shots into this Ana, or at least try to help out my Genji, because if the Ana gets a sleep on him, then Genji's dead. So what I try to do is, Ana is trying to get in her own weird position up there to try and heal everybody as they push through choke. I'm able to see her, so I pump a shot into her. She's already half, so my Genji's allowed to get the kill really quickly. Alright, so this is where I tell my Genji, next we can blade, right? So what I want to do is I either want him to dash up, or I want him to be by himself somewhere. So what I tell him to do is I tell him, Genji, can you climb up the left side of the wall? Because what I'm assuming he wants to do is he wants to climb this wall, right, and then go over from here. But he doesn't, which is completely fine. All he does is he climbs this wall, right, and then he does a double jump. He's completely by himself. He's above everyone, and it's a lot easier for me to use this Nano. Ready? I'm looking for this nade again. This one I think was a little closer, and I might have antied someone, but I don't know who it was. I think it was somebody off of spawn. No, it wasn't. Okay, that might have been the next one. Yeah, so he says his ultimate's ready. I'm like, okay, climb up the wall. So what he does, I think I say it now. Yep, he looks towards the wall. He looks back. Okay, climb up the wall. He's completely by himself. I have no room for error here, right? This is why I do this, because he's completely by himself. He doesn't even have to waste a dash. He can dash in and then ult and then dash again. He just has to climb the wall, and then this makes it so much easier for me. Yeah, so I kind of just wait for him. He uses 3 shurikens. You could do the punch fake. I've done that with him before, and I've slept him afterwards. But I go for the anti real quick because he starts deflecting. I throw it at my feet so he's not able to deflect it, and therefore he's already at lower health, and my Sigma is trying to help me out right here. And my Sig eventually kills him, helping me. Yeah, but he gets killed early. So you want to, for whoever you want to nano, don't be afraid that you'll miss your target because people are so grouped up. Don't make the mistake of just trying to figure out a spot to nano and then nano them, right? You really have to single out that person or move them away from the group. Just find some sort of way to remove them for the group for like half a second, and that half a second is just enough time for you to nano that person, and then they can do whatever they want with that nano, right? So my Genji was doing great. That's pretty much why I nanoed him the entire time. If your Genji's not doing great, either ask him to swap off or give your nano to somebody like Ryan or McCree or even a high charge Zarya. Like all these targets are really nice to nano. Maybe the Ashe is a little bit different. Nano Coalescence in Plat is pretty good. Nanoing Sig when he's like halfway to ult is probably good. You want it to use to get ults, right? Or for Ryan to do a DPS damage. But if your DPS isn't up to par, then you really have to consider other options, because if they're not getting usage out of the nanos and somebody else can get usage out of the nanos, then what's the point of nanoing the same person over and over again if they're not going to consistently get these kills? Nanoing smaller targets like healer or lower priority targets like healers or squishies that won't do a lot, like like Ashe or Widow, should pretty much only be to save their lives. As a risky nano, just as like a last ditch effort for a point might be okay, just to nano someone, right? But for the most part, you want to stick to the people who can consistently get value out of this ultimate. If it's a one-time thing, like, oh shoot, they messed up nano, but I'll try it again, and if the same result happens, then you might as well just be like, okay, I'm not getting any value out of this nano. Either I need to build more nanos so we can get more value and nano somebody else, you got to think of other options. So yeah, this is why we won this game, because the communication between me and the Genji was almost equal, and the Ryan did a pretty decent job too. As far as peel is concerned, I had a pretty good peel for a Plat/Diamond game, so that was nice. But if you have good synergy, like me and the Genji pretty much had perfect synergy. He did whatever I told him to do. It was perfect. Anytime I slept somebody, anytime I antied somebody, he was there to kill them. And that's what you really want. You want somebody to follow up with what you say, because that's what gets you a nano, right? Is them following up with what you say. So yeah, that's a Plat game.